Hey, True Believers, Englentine here with the real Dr. VENKMAN, except no substitutes. And we're going to be doing some new comic book reviews. And by new, I'm going to use that a little bit loosely because we're going to be doing this week, but some of the last couple of weeks that we've missed as far as reviewing is concerned. But first up, I want to check out and talk about Batman 101 right here. And yeah, I got the cover B, which apparently people are going crazy for, VENKMAN, because this is the reintroduction of Grifter. Yep. I'm like, wait a second. He had his own New 52 series. This isn't a reintroduction to crap.
This is the first appearance in this universe, the Rebirth.
But it's the same universe as the New 52. This is speculator bullcrap. Is what it is. It's, oh my gosh, Grifter, it's going to go up $1 million. Let's flip it a couple of times.
It's DC's Deadpool. Actually, Authority's Deadpool.
So I heard about that. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? These speculators, by the way, let me get this up here. I know. So the speculators are going nutso because Grifter is in it, and apparently they're saying it's his reintroduction into the DC universe, but he had his own New 52. It's not a reintroduction into anything.
I'm not a fan of Grifter. Like your knowledge. And then like when I read this story, it's like, hey, what? Like wow.
I'm still not a fan of Grifter.
Even in the story.
So here's the thing. Going on to the speculator thing. There was speculation about the speculators that a lot of these people are guys with comic book shops.
Yeah. And
if they send out the message, oh my gosh, this is the big thing, the next big thing, because they've got a pile of them, then they now have free agency to charge more for a book. For a book that, in all honesty, they shouldn't even be charging $4.99 for. But it just seems this right here, this kind of thing makes that conspiracy theory seem so freaking legit, to tell you the truth. So that's the conspiracy around Batman 101. Let's get to what's in Batman 101. It actually begins with Batman, and well, first it begins with Catwoman. Batman, he's like, "Are you sure?" "Yes, I'm sure." "This what you want?" "Yes, this is what I want." Which, by the way, is exactly how the book ends. "Are you sure?" "Yes, I'm sure." "Is this what you want?" "That's what I want." "You know it's going to change things." "Change is good." "Not always, sometimes. But it must be done." "Yes." "Am I doing your dialogue now?" "Uh-huh." So it just goes on like that for a while on both the beginning and the end. And then you get to the meat and potatoes of the story, and we see Batman beating up Grifter. And one thing I'm very happy about is it's Batman beating the crap out of Grifter.
I read it as differently because they're trying to say that Grifter can go toe-to-toe with Batman. I was like, are you kidding me? He's not Slade. He's not Deathstroke.
No, I didn't see that at all.
Batman did get the upper hand towards the end, though, but I'm just saying, it's just like they're really trying to sell Grifter saying he's a badass. I'm like,
I read it as different because he's countering everything. But then we go into one of these nifty Snickers ads, which I gotta say, I'm taking every time, man. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna do a Snickers ad review coming up in just a little bit, because I every time I'm like, okay, we click on, okay, why are we in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania again? I don't know. Oh, it's Shazam's in this issue. No, it's a Snickers ad. Stop falling for it. But we do find out that Lucius Fox has hired Grifter as a bodyguard because, of course, Punchline, and he mentions, because that one Punchline issue where she's like, I'm the victim, yeah, and he's pissed at that, and he tells Bruce, because he has all of Bruce Wayne's money now. Lucius Fox has all the money. And he said he almost bought the company of a T-shirt, bought the T-shirt company that had free Punchline T-shirts. And he had to stop himself and control himself. And Lucius is actually talking about whether or not he's going to give Bruce Wayne his money back, to which this is the moment as Batman, I'm beating the teetotal Lucius Fox, excuse my language, out of Lucius Fox. Yeah, you're gonna give me my money, bitch. Give me my money. Give me my money. That would be me. I definitely have to bleep out that F word.
I wonder though. I was reading this. Is Lucius Fox still under the serum, and that's why he's not thinking straight, or is he just pissed at Bruce because Bruce wasn't there to protect him?
His kid even said in the issue, "Hey, look, you got to give him his money back. It's his money." Yeah. But he says, "Look, here's the thing. Eyes are on me, and if I give you the money back, eyes are going to be on you." I would think more eyes are on you, Lucius Fox. Somebody put, and if you want to be honest about it, a known thief stole Bruce Wayne's money and put it in your account.
Yep.
And you think the eyes are going to be on Bruce Wayne? No. Catwoman stole my money and gave it to Lucius Fox. Boom. Done. Sorry, but Lucius Fox is a villain in this issue, in my opinion, with all of this. He even, by the way, mentions the Joker Killer and all that kind of stuff. What I don't understand is Joker Killer, to me, is a far more interesting character than Punchline.
Yeah, Clown Killer, yeah. No.
Yeah, thank you, Clown Killer. He's a far more interesting character than Punchline, but he's gotten zero of the hype.
You know what, though? Give him a few more issues. He's going to be a new Robin. You know it's going to go that way.
Could be. So anyway, he tells Batman that you've got a decision to make, because if you do want to keep being Batman, you're going to have to be a leaner Batman, because people are watching how the money's being spent. Brrr. Once again, a known thief stole Bruce Wayne's money, and it's now in your account, Lucius Fox. You should be in prison. You should be in prison right now as people are investigating. Why did Catwoman, a known thief, give you all of Bruce Wayne's money? And why are you not?
That too. There's so many witnesses seeing that Lucius Fox was working with Joker too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And
because how did Joker get the money first? Well, he must have stolen it, and then because people gonna keep. You can form the argument saying that, hey, Lucius Fox and Joker working together, he betrayed Joker, took the money.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So anyway, yeah, that's the whole thing. He's talking to him, and he's saying, you know, once again, if you're gonna be Batman, you can't. You're not buying spy satellites that know when a line from it is. You can't buy a spy satellite when somebody's going to hit you before you do. That kind of stuff. And I'm thinking, once again, bitch, my money. Give me my.
You know what? It just reminds you of what Marvel's doing with Iron Man. They want him to go back to basics now.
Yeah, but the thing is, basically, they've been riches since the very beginning.
I know. So now they want Batman. Even says they're Batman. It's like, Bruce, now you have to go work on your own car. Because
look, the whole thing was he had the money to do it, and that's the thing. Now, granted, here's where Tinian should take him if he wants to take him back to basics. What he needs to do is strip him not of his money, not of his gadgets, but he needs to strip him of his Bat family. He needs to strip him of Robin. He needs to strip him of Batwoman, of the Signal and all them, and let us have a Batman comic for a while. And we haven't had one of those in about a decade. And by that I mean this is Batman. He's by himself and he's kicking all sorts of ass. We haven't had that, and now's the perfect time with basically Batwoman doesn't have a title right now. Nightwing's off doing his own thing. Robin's with the Teen Titans. Nobody gives a crap about Tim Drake anymore. Nope. You know, so you got them all over the place. Yeah, now's a great time to let Batman just be Batman by himself.
The last time I saw Batman ever in shambles and doing anything was the earthquake during No Man's Land at Cataclysm, and then he had the manor was destroyed. He risks, you know, it's secret getting out that he's Batman. He couldn't use any of his gadgets and all stuff because a lot of them they were all destroyed in the cave. The collapse. To me, that was your basic Batman. To go back to this is like, come on, we're just gonna repeat the events, but without the earthquake. It's gonna be a financial earthquake.
I think here's what I would do if I were the writer of Batman. I would make the next stories smaller. We've had enough of Gotham City is about to be destroyed. Let's put some Gotham citizens in the line of fire. What he needs to do is solve a murder. He doesn't need to do a world-ending thing. He doesn't need to do, oh my gosh, it's an earthquake, like you said. I love No Man's Land, best storyline of Batman's ever, maybe even the greatest storyline ever. But he needs to solve a murder. He needs something like Batman Prey, or the one with the Cavalier from Paul Dini back in the day.
I like the City of Owls we had back in the day too.
There you go. Yeah. We need more personal stories than we do something big and expansive. I wish I could say more. I didn't hate it. It just has a lot of little itty bitty story flaws.
Yep.
Yeah. There you go. All right. The second issue want to talk about tonight. You got your copy?
Yep.
All right. We're going to talk about Black Widow. This is one we missed. So we're going to talk about it tonight. This is my copy. I've got Black Widow. And apparently, boom, we both got it. I was going to say, see if you had a different one so we could do the cover.
You can't go. It's just classic Natalia.
Natasha, by the way.
Yeah. Tomato.
No, they're two different names. But
she's used different aliases all throughout the years.
I'm going to let you take point on this one.
All right, this is continuing from the Long Kiss Goodbye from the first issue.
I know, right? This issue right here, absolutely, it is. It's the Long Kiss Goodbye, starring Gina Davis and Samuel L. Jackson from the 1990s.
All right, so basically, we were learning the first issue. Clint and was it
Winter Soldier?
Winter Soldier. I can't remember his name was. Bucky, whatever. Anyway, they found out that she was married and has a kid at the end. It's like, what? Because they're like, what the heck? Because she hasn't reported in 3 months. She's missing, and she, So Clinton went and talked to her and stuff, and then Clint saw the kid, and now she's someone's babysitting her kid. She goes out to basically go to have dinner with her husband. Along the way back, she stops in the alleyway, sees a woman getting mugged, and then she triggers her. She goes, just takes her shoes off, goes straight into full Widow mode, and just beats the total snot out of these guys. Yeah, and then she comes back, and she's like, after she called the cops, But yeah, she had an anonymous tip. She goes home and she's just freaking out, and she's just thinking to herself, after their little. She checks on her kid sleeping, and then she's just thinking to herself the whole time. And then you look down, she's building a bomb, and she has no idea why.
And that's how.
But the villain in the story so far we only know is Arcade, and Arcade wants to kill her. He was in the very last episode or last issue, last panel.
Yeah,
and he's complaining to unknown people who know this. So they're watching her house, watching everything. And the one thing I remember this book, they said that. Who the heck is the babysitter? Who verified her? Because they have no idea who she is. And my first thought was, is it Yelena?
Oh, the other Black Widow?
Black Widow.
Or the White Widow, or whatever they're calling her?
Yeah.
Well, my thinking is that this entire neighborhood is created by Arcade. I think we're going to find that out.
It's Truman Show, definitely.
Yeah, this is an entertaining book. I've got to give it to them. Marvel actually made a book that I'm not retching over. So yeah, there might actually be a top 10 Marvel books you may read. I've got to go through this again. I don't know. It's not fantastic once again, but then again, neither was Batman 101. It's not fantastic, but at least it's interesting. It's a good time. I did like the conversation between her and Clint. My thinking always, though, is if this was real, I always wish for a happy ending for the superheroes. Anytime I see them embrace normal life, and I was like, okay, that's a good ending. If they go away now, that would be fine. And that's what I was getting from this. And this, like, I built a bomb. Oh no! So
it does kind of tug on the heartstrings, because they're like, well, obviously we don't know what the kid is. If it's a clone made of her DNA. Or, if it's a life model decoy or what, but it's like, once she remembers who she is, that's going to just psychologically F the heck her up, because remember, she can't have kids. That's what scared Clint. When Clint saw it, he's like, from the Red Room, she said, I can't have kids. They took away that possibility.
Yeah, that's something. So what did you think?
I thought it was actually a pretty good book.
Yeah.
I'm always kind of leery because considering the fact we don't what Marvel has done to these characters since Secret Empire, especially Natasha and Tony. You know,
for me,
James
it was
Brody.
Civil War. Marvel has gone down.
Well, Civil War, yeah, Civil War has. But
I agree with what Breen says. All new, all Marvel, or whatever it was called.
All crap.
Yeah, all crap. This is the real beginning of the new Marvel universe and continuity. The characters we love are out the window, so these new characters can have it. Overall, though, I think so far Black Widow is at least a decent comic. One of the better Marvel out there, but unfortunately it's not great. But that's Marvel these days. Which leads us into our third and final review. And once again, we're late on this, but we've got Marvel Zombies #2, Marvel Zombies Resurrection. I like this better than I do the original Marvel Zombies, to tell you the truth.
I don't have my cover, but it's in storage. But I got the one with Spider-Man, and he's surrounded by Zombie, Aunt May, Gwen, Mary Jane, and Felicia.
Yeah, I like this one better.
Yeah. You like zombie boobs? That's why?
I guess so, yeah. Well, never mind. The one in the 13 Ghosts. I was about to say that one in 13 Ghosts.
Get the model or the glasses? Yeah.
So anyway, they go to basically the Sentinel, Nanny or Nana or whatever, takes them to Robotville, where all the robots and the cyborgs lived. And the way that they decided that they can't get affected is if they get rid of all human aspects and make people robots. And so when they arrive, the robots are like, aha, capture them, and we shall turn them into robots.
They're using the technovirus, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah. And then that's when the Hulk arrives and just causes all sorts of higgledy-piggledy. So once again, it's an exciting issue. It's a fun issue.
Well, how can you go wrong with a Mary Poppins and Sentinel?
Right.
That last week, because Blades joined the team last issue, so he's with them. We come across Frank as a Punisher, and the conversation between Frank and Blades, he's like, oh, so you gave up your humanity? He's like, well, yeah, it's the best thing for survival. He's like, really? I enjoy this kind of world. This is my thing. Blades this kind of put him down. It's like, you coward.
That, in my opinion, is pretty stupid. It's a stupid line, and I'll tell you why. If that's the case, why is he fighting?
Yeah.
Why is Blade fighting vampires right now? If his ideal world is an entire world of the undead, let the undead take over, and then spend the rest of your life fighting it. Boom,
but
you've got.
I'm more insulted the fact that Frank would inject himself willingly with the technovirus and get rid of humanity.
Yeah, that's
now it goes. You're trying to save humans, not get rid of them by turning them into robots. What? Why are you fighting them?
Yeah, that does go against both of them. Well, that book sucked. All right.
But I do like that we get Vision's daughter. She's in here. She's in the crew. And then at the end, she gives Peter's like, before they leave, she's like, here, you drop these. And it's his web shooters. This whole entire time he has a hand because, well, what happened to Mary Jane? The first issue fell. He never found her. So he blames himself. Remember, he's one of those guys. He just always has the weight of the shoulder, the weight of the world on his shoulders. Even in a zombie world where there's nothing he can do. He just feels like he just doesn't want to be Spider-Man anymore. That's why he's not wearing a costume,
Yep. So for Batman 101, I'd give that one a
Tom King Batman 101?
No. No. Going by what we normally do, 1 and 2 is horrible, 3 and 4 is bad, 4 and 5, 5 and 6 is average, 7 and 8 is good, and 9 and 10 is excellent. Batman 101, I think that gets a 6. It's a high average.
I say if you can get it for $1.
You can't right now.
You can't right now, so wait. But I mean, it's still, I guess, it explains what happens with the next issue of Catwoman that came out this week.
Okay, which we'll be talking about in another
later.
One.
Yeah.
But what number did you give it?
I'd probably give it an average. It's mediocre.
5 or 6? Low average or high average?
5. Because it just felt like Tom King Batman, Batcat.
Okay. Okay.
We can't be together. I'm like, gee, I saw this with Nick Spencer with the Spider-Man where it's like Mary Jane had to go to California because she couldn't be with him.
And I'm gonna give a 7 to Black Widow, a low good.
Yeah, I'd say there. I actually enjoyed Black Widow more than I enjoyed Batman 101.
Okay, and I would give probably the same score to Marvel Zombies too.
Marvel Zombies, for being what it is, I enjoy it.
Okay. Wow.
It's like I said, these are good books. Mainly because they learn from their mistakes, and they guess what? They wrote it like deceased.
So the Dread Marvel comes out on top this week.
Yeah.
There you go. All righty. Or this week, this time, I should say. I'm so used to doing my Marvel and Marvel versus DC reviews. So there you go. So anyway, guys, that's our reviews. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to click like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell if you haven't done it already. Make sure that your notifications are set on all. And if you don't mind helping out the channel, going over to Patreon or to Ko-Fi, links in the description below. Drop $1 in the till. Thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.